Hi guys, my name is Jess and welcome back to my channel, Books Past Bedtime. Today I wanted to do a TBR video, but I wanted to mix it up a little bit. I do love my tarot TBR game, but I want to kind of put it on the back burner for now, just because I'm not really reading the books that I'm picking. Like, it's a fun game, but I'm just not feeling it right now. So we're going to try a new style of video. This is definitely inspired by Emmy and the book Leo. They've both been doing similar videos recently, where as a TBR video, they literally like take you through their process of planning what they're going to read for the month. And I have been obsessed with these videos. I really love them. And I've been really wanting to do it myself because I definitely always have like a particular reason I'm reading certain books and a way that I form my TBR. And usually even when I'm playing my TBR game, I am trying to fit the specific books I already have planned for the month into the prompts that the game gives me. So instead of doing that, I thought it might actually be fun to take you through the process of how I make my TBR for the month. So that is what we're going to be doing in this video, and I am so excited. So let's get into it. So step number one is I am going to plan out my videos for the month so that I know if I need to read books for videos, I will already have those on the calendar and we can start there. Just realized I wasn't filming for the last couple of minutes, which is fun. But anyway, so missed a clip where I was putting the videos into my calendar. So I already have the videos put into my calendar, so we'll just go through it really quick. So on August 1st, the tier ranking video, I already have that filmed. You'll already see it before this video goes up. Video on the 4th, I'm filming right now. A video on the 8th, already filmed. Video on the 15th, books are read for that, partially filmed. Video on the 22nd, books are read, already filmed. And the 29th, I have read one book for that video so far, and I've started another. So those will definitely go on my TBR this month. Basically what I was talking about in the clip that got deleted was I was just saying that I'm going to focus on just making one video a week and doing these TBRs as like bonus videos every month. So we're just doing one really solid video every Sunday. That's my plan. I think I will feel better about that. Been forcing myself to do 2 videos a week for a long time since the beginning of the year, and with a full-time job, a 40-hour-a-week job, sometimes more than 40 hours a week, it just doesn't work very well. And I just haven't been feeling super happy with my content. I really want to put out stuff that I really love and feel inspired to make. So I'm hoping that a little bit of a reduced schedule will help me with that. So that's the plan. These are a little sneak peek of the videos that are coming up this coming month. Why I'm taking you through this is my first step in planning my TBR. There are only a few books that I have to read for this video that comes out on the 29th. I'm going to be reading 𝗕𝗵𝗆 by Angie Hockman, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab, and Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers. And I'm not going to talk about the book that I already read for the video because I've already read it, and you'll find out then. Those 3 are the only books I need to read for videos this month. Alright, so of those 3 videos, 𝗕𝗵𝗆 by Angie Hockman is an adult romance between 2 co-workers who have to go on a cruise together as a work trip. They work for this like travel company. So they go on a cruise together, they hate each other. Classic romance story tropes. I think it sounds fun. I've actually already started it and it's good so far. So excited to continue that. And then we also have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. This is, I'm sure everyone knows, a historical fiction fantasy series about our main character who makes this deal with the devil, and she gets to live forever, but she is cursed in that no one will ever remember her, so she's not really living much of a life. You know what I mean? And I think somebody eventually does remember her, and that's kind of what sparks change in this book. So that's that. I'm very intimidated by this one. I had actually started it like back in December when it kind of came out and everybody was raving about it. I got 75 pages into it and I just kind of stopped, and I was enjoying it mostly, but it was kind of slow, you know, and I'm just not here for slow, so we'll see how this one goes. And then the 3rd book, Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers. This is an adult sapphic romance, and our main character, she's like type A, very much a go-getter, overambitious, and has kind of got to the point where she's burned herself out, and so she goes to Las Vegas for a weekend, and it's a bit of a crazy weekend, and she actually ends up married after like a one-night stand, doesn't even remember really what happened. So this kind of derails her life, very out of character, and I think that they end up actually falling for each other later on down the road. Very excited to pick this one up. I think I will really love this one, and yeah. Alright, so first 3 books on my TBR, done. Now, my next step is that I need to check my Discord, and that's kind of where I keep all of my book clubs and readathons and things that are happening. So we're going to check that and see what I have to read in terms of book clubs and readathons this month. Alright, so pretty much I just have 2 things going on that I like have to do, and not like have to do, but 2 things that I'm hosting this month. So the first is the Fantaseries book club, and I host that along with my good friends Christine, Rachel, and Nicole. So for that that book club, we are reading 𝗙𝗵𝗴𝗡 by Hafsa Fazil. To be honest, I really don't know a ton about this book. I know that it's an Arabic-inspired fantasy, and it has girls pretending to be boys because of their situation, which is honestly a trope that I really, really love. So I'm excited about that because I didn't know that. And that's pretty much all I know. But basically, the idea of this book club is that we read hyped fantasy series on BookTube or BookTok, Bookstagram, what have you, that are kind of controversial. Like, people either love them or hate them. We started out reading the 𝗙𝗵𝗴𝗡 trilogy, which I ended up really loving. And I don't reach for a ton of fantasy, mostly because I don't like series and I don't really like world building and description. But I do like a YA fantasy if it's done really well, like the 𝗙𝗵𝗴𝗡 trilogy was, so I'm hoping this one will satisfy me as well. Because it includes some tropes that I love, I have high hopes, higher hopes than I thought even before I turned on the camera to film this video. So I am actually really excited about this one. He's chunky though, the chunker, so okay, 469 pages. That's not as bad as I thought. At least it's not 500 or more, like 𝗙𝗵𝗴𝗡. And so we'll add that one to my August TBR as well. And now we should have 4 books on our August TBR. I like to sort my Goodreads by page number. Is anybody else weird like me to do that? But okay. Oh, adding the was only 442 pages. Why did I think it was 500 something? Okay. Okay, so first 4 books done, taken care of. Let's see what else I have to read. So another thing happening this month is the Enneagram Readathon, and I am a co-host along with Sarah, Team 1, Enneagram Team 1. So there are the 2-week-long readathon, 4 prompts that I have to complete for my team. I mean, I don't have to, it's just for fun, but I'm gonna try to complete all 4 of my team's prompts. The first one is actually the buddy read, and the buddy read book for Team 1 is The Perfect Marriage by Geneva something. I don't know. I'll find it on Goodreads and add it on there. Okay, yes, our buddy read is The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. So I'm gonna go ahead and want to read for that and add that to my August TBR. I don't really know what this book is about. I know it's a thriller, and I know it's like big on TikTok. The tagline said, "His mistress is dead, his wife is his only hope." Sarah Morgan is a successful and powerful defense attorney in Washington, D.C. As a named partner at her firm, life's going exactly how she planned. The same cannot be said for her husband, Ada. He's a struggling writer who has had little success in his career, and he tires of his and Sarah's relationship as she is constantly working. Out in the secluded woods at a couple's lake house, Adam engages in a passionate affair with Kelly Summers. But one morning, everything changes. Kelly is found brutally stabbed to death, and now Sarah must take on her hardest case yet, defending her own husband, a man accused of murdering his mistress. Okay, that sounds pretty good, actually. I'm excited about that. That's gonna be fun. All right, now there are 3 more prompts that I want to meet for this readathon. Here's the little graphic to show you what they are. I have to read a book with an even number of pages. I have to read a 5-star prediction, and I also have to read a book with a seemingly perfect main character. None of the books can overlap for this readathon, so I have to pick 4 unique books. I mean, the 4th is The Perfect Marriage, but the other 3 all have to be unique. So I think for the read a book with a seemingly perfect main character, I am gonna read Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers, because I know that our main character is like really overachieving. She seems perfect. She's like probably definitely a type 1 and a Virgo. She has a PhD, all A's, hardworking, all that good stuff. Aside from her mishap in Las Vegas that this book is about, I think she very much seems like a perfect kind of person, and people in her life probably think she's perfect, and that's one of the reasons she experiences burnout. So I feel like this is like the perfect book for this readathon. I definitely, from the description and everything, think our main character is a type 1. So that's what I'm gonna fit in that prompt, I think. Now I need a book with an even number of pages and a 5-star prediction. So I really honestly don't know that I would consider any of the books I already have on my TBR a 5-star prediction, so I'm gonna have to find something different for that one, I think. But I know that good old 𝗙𝗵𝗴𝗡 has an even number of pages, I'm pretty sure. Yes, 442. So I could count that one. I think, can I also count? No, I could not count 𝗙𝗵𝗴𝗡 because it has 469, I think. Yeah, so 𝗙𝗵𝗴𝗡 is in the running. I don't own Shipped, so I don't know how many pages it has. Let me see. Let me think about it for a second. I wonder, a 5-star prediction in a book with an even number of pages. I mean, I would just go ahead and say 𝗙𝗵𝗴𝗡 for even number of pages, but I don't know that I'll finish it over the next 2 weeks because the readathon is from August 1st to August 14th, 13th or 14th. It's like the first 2 weeks of August. The video for this isn't due until the end of August, so I don't know if I will finish it or not. Let me browse around and see what I might want to read. Alright, I actually found some books that I have out from the library right now that I think are probably 5-star predictions, both of them, so I'm gonna see if either of them have an even number of pages, and I'll count one for one prompt and one for the other. So I have On a Sunbeam by 𝗙𝗵𝗲𝗲 and Know My Name by Chanel Miller. I'll just hit myself. So Know My Name does have 328 pages, but it also has a victim impact statement because this is the story of Chanel Miller, who was assaulted by Brock Turner, and so the end, it actually technically ends on 357. So I don't know if I would count that as ending on an even number of pages. Let's see about On a Sunbeam. It doesn't either. It is 533. Alright, so I'm actually going to go back to my TBR on Goodreads and see how many pages Shipped has, because if it is an even number, according to Goodreads, I might count that. Alright, Shipped says it's 336 pages, so I'm going to count that towards the prompt of reading a book with an even number of pages. Done and dusted. Okay. And then I think I'm going to count On a Sunbeam as my 5-star prediction book, and this will be good because it's a graphic novel. It'll be easy to breeze through for the readathon, hopefully, and I need to turn it back into the library because I think I've already renewed these books 3 times. Because I have a problem. Okay, so that's the plan for the Enneagram readathon. This will be my TBR. I'll be reading The Perfect Marriage, Shipped, On a Sunbeam, and Honey Girl. So let's just add all of those to my Goodreads TBR. I think that the only one I have to add is On a Sunbeam, I believe. And as you can see, it was on my July TBR. So I'm going to take it off my July TBR and add it to my August TBR. So here is my official August TBR, things that I have to read, or, as much as I would have to read any book. On here it says On a Sunbeam is 544 pages. That's a lie. Alright, in terms of extras, I kind of go through book clubs that I'm not hosting first. That's kind of my first extra priority. The main one is the Sugar and Spice Book Club, hosted by my bestest friends, Kirsten and Amanda. This is a romance book club, and I love reading along with them because I think they're just so fun, and I love the book clubs. They're usually just such a fun time. So I know that the first weekend or second weekend of August, they will be doing the live show for One Last Stop by 𝗙𝗵𝗴𝗻, which I've already read, and also It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. I'm really busy the second full weekend, or the first full weekend in August, because it's my birthday weekend, so I'm not sure I'll be able to make the live show until I know when it is. I'm not sure I'm gonna super highly prioritize this read. This is an adult romance kind of inspired by 𝗕𝗄𝗄 Creek. I think the main female character's family was really rich, but then they come on hard times and suddenly are very poor and have to learn how to live with that, and she meets her love interest somehow, and I think he's I think it's a grumpy sunshine kind of trope going on. I've heard really good things. Amanda absolutely loved it. I do want to try and get to this one if I can, especially if I am free for the night of the live show, so I need to check into that, but that's a priority. And then their official book for August is this one by Julie Murphy, the new Julie Murphy book. I can't remember what it's called, and I really don't know what it's about. I know it's adult romance, but that one is kind of lower on my priority list because they usually do their live shows the next month. If I have time to get to this one this month, I will, but I'm gonna kind of put it lower priority list. So those are book club books that I want to try to get to if I have time. Now my next priority is books for videos that I'm planning for September. I am doing a secret TBR in September where I'm going to be reading a lot of science fiction books. I'm probably going to put the books that I'm going to read for that video on my extras list. One of those is The Ones We're Meant to Find by Joan Hay. This is a young adult science fiction book inspired by sustainability and global warming and stuff, I think. The description is really crazy and wild. I'm really not sure what this book is about, but I've heard honestly nothing but good things. The cover is beautiful, and I'm very excited to check that one out. That one's definitely going on my extras list for this month. And then I also have a couple other choices for that video here that I got from the library. I think I am definitely going to pick up The Empress of Salt and Fortune by 𝗙𝗵𝗄𝗏. I've been really wanting to read this one, and it's so short, so I have absolutely no excuse to not to. It's literally 118 pages, and every chapter has a blank page after it, so it's nothing, absolutely nothing. So, and I've heard absolutely nothing but good things. Everyone who's read this loves this, so this is definitely on my list. I know that this is like a Vietnamese inspired fantasy. I'm not really sure what all it entails, but I will find out and let you guys know. So that one is for sure going on my extras list as well. And then I'll probably just go ahead and put both of these on my list. I'm not sure which one I will read. This is The Left Hand of Darkness by Ursula Le Guin. I believe this is like a classic sci-fi kind of book. It was written in 1969, I believe. Won both the Hugo and the Nebula Award, so apparently it's really good. I'm not a fan of mass market paperbacks though, so that might be a reason I don't read this one. But we will find out. And then I also have a memory called Empire by Arkady Martine. This is like a science fiction space opera book, which sounds really cool. So I really don't know everything it entails, and it sounds a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I'm excited for that. I think it's kind of just what I need. So we will see how I feel about this one. So these are maybes. Probably be one or the other kind of thing, but I'm going to put them both on my extras list and see what I get to. And then next priority is going to be books that I have checked out from the library. And most of these are books that I have to read for other reasons in future months anyway. I just like check them out from the library way too early for some reason. I don't know what I'm doing, but anyway. So I have a couple physical books. Like I mentioned, I have Know My Name by Chanel Miller. I'm planning to talk about this one in a video in the future, so I definitely want to get this read. And I also have the audiobook out right now, and I have quite a few audiobooks out right now. I'll talk about those too in a second, but this one is going to be on my extras list this month. And I also have these two chunks. So I have The Fireman by Joe Hill and Imaginary Friend by Esteban Chbosky. These are both like horror books. This one's actually about a pandemic, which is kind of wild. I've started this one. I think I'm farther than that because I've been reading the ebook too, but and then this one, I really don't know what this one is about. I think this kid might have an imaginary friend that's like evil or something. I'm not really sure. I've actually not heard great things about this one, but I don't know. I feel kind of iffy about it. So I have those 3 physical books from the library. I'm going to put them on my extras list as well. Because of their size, I'm not confident that I will get to them, but you know, I'll try my best. I had a really good reading month in July, so I'm hoping to repeat that in August. We shall see. We shall see. Okay, and then let's go through the audiobooks I have out from the library. So I have quite a few. Alright, so I have Baby Teeth, Know My Name, Imaginary Friend, A Head Full of Ghosts, Slade House. I also have a Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, which I'm not going to put on my extras list because I really want to read that one in October for like a Halloween fall themed reading vlog. So I'm going to hold off on that one. I'll probably return that one early. Oh, and then I also have The Empress of Salt and Fortune on audio as well. I'm probably going to put all of these audiobooks that I have out on my extras list. I don't know. I've been really into like listening to my audiobook and following along with the text, so if I get to those, I might try to. Honestly though, I'm not sure I'm going to put any of those on my extras list unless they are like physical books that I also have that I've already talked about, just because I don't know if I'll have time to get to them and I don't want to like crowd up my extras list, you know? So, and then if I had like any arcs or anything on NetGalley or what have you, I would probably consider them next, but I don't. I've kind of stopped requesting arcs from NetGalley because I'm very behind. I might try and like do a vlog of NetGalley reads later on in the year. I don't know. I think every book that's on there has already been released that I was approved for. So that is where we're at. Now I think I'm gonna go ahead and start filling out my bullet journal. You can kind of see like how I break things down and what everything means. And I honestly think I'm just gonna schedule these 3 books and then do everything else as like an extra. You know what I mean? Okay. And pretty much the last thing I do when I am planning my reading for the month is fill out my reading journal. Now this is a bullet journal that I use pretty much exclusively for reading. I have some daily to-do lists in here and stuff, but the main goal for this bullet journal is to track my reading. So I'll just do a little bit of a flip through of my August pages. As you can see, I have already done everything. So this is just kind of like the main page, the title page, August dashboard kind of thing. So I have just an overview of August calendar over here. And then on this side, I have a more in-depth calendar with actual like events and things listed out. August is going to be a good month for me. It's my birthday month. We're going on vacation. And then I have these 3 little boxes over here as the little dashboard. I have my videos for the month planned out that we went over earlier. And then I also would like to start tracking my YouTube and Instagram stats. So I have those written out here, my YouTube ones and then my Instagram ones. This Instagram thing is a little janky, but you get the idea. And then I have like book clubs and readathons down here. 1st through the 14th is the Enneagramathon. I'm not sure when the Sugar and Spice book club live show is. And then our Fantaseries live show is going to be on the 29th. So I just have those listed out just so I can have a quick reference for those. Then on the next page is my actual TBR written out. I just break it into categories. So I have my Enneagramathon books, my book club books, books for videos, which we talked about earlier when I was planning out my reading, and I do have some like repeated in categories if they count for multiple things, just so I can make sure that I'm like checking off all the boxes for all the things that I have to do. Then I have my extras listed out here. I kind of talked about that earlier. These are the books I have checked out from the library. These are for a video that's coming out probably either at the end of August or the beginning of September. This is the Sugar and Spice book club pick. And then I didn't mention this, but I do usually go through Goodreads and see what I am currently reading to see if there's anything in there that I can finish up. I would rather not carry a bunch of currently reading books, even though that seems to be an issue that I have. So that's what Thunderhead and Lost in the Neverwoods are. The Fireman's also on there. So I put those in the extras category, but these are the only ones that I planned, and I only planned the 6 we talked about. They're just all repeated in here in multiple categories. So then on this page is my actual reading schedule. So the 1st through the 14th is the Enneagramathon. So I have to read these 4 books the first 2 weeks of August. So I added these together and divided them by the number of days, and it worked out to be about 110 pages a day. I have 110 pages scheduled from the 1st through the 14th, so I make sure I get through all my Enneagram books. I usually put the acronyms over here, but I know what every book means. This is On a Sunbeam, and I decided to start with this one because it's a graphic novel, so I feel like I will fly through it, and it'll start me off strong for the month. Hopefully I'll finish ahead of schedule so I can get other things going, which will be good. And then for the rest of the month, I really only had to schedule Addie LaRue and When We Hunt the Flame, and that worked out to be about 62 pages a day, so I just put 62 pages of either of those books a day. This is a day where I only have to read, like, finish up Addie LaRue, and then I'm going to start We Hunt the Flame, so that's why there's 2 dots here. Same thing for here. I didn't quite make enough pages to have an even day. Some of these days I like fudged it a little bit just for ease of math and stuff. Like, I think you can see that here. I'm going to read a little bit more on the 5th, or maybe I'm reading a little bit more on the 6th because I'm reading a little bit less on the 5th, just for like ease of splitting things up. But these are 2 sections that I don't know, for whatever reason couldn't do that. So, and then I just left the last 2 days of the month open because, as you saw on the previous page, the We Hunt the Flame live show is on the 29th, and also that video is supposed to come out on the 29th or something like that. So I don't want to be behind for any of that. And then I'll have some days here to catch up on anything if I need to, or start some extra books. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and read each page that day, and then after I've read my allotted pages for the day, I can either try and get ahead on my schedule, or I can pick up an extra book. That's kind of my reading schedule. I just like to have it planned out so that I know for sure I can achieve what I want to / need to achieve in the month. And I just like having a reading schedule because I like checking things off, and that's basically how I do it. I just find the number of pages I need to read per day based on adding up all the page numbers for the month. And as you can see here, this is the total number of pages of the 6 books on my TBR. That's pretty much that. And then also, a lot of times I will go through, for example, We Hunt the Flame here. The first day I'm supposed to read to page 62. I'll go into page 62. Put a little sticky note. I have these really cute penguin and seal ones right now. They're not very sticky, but they're very cute. I'll just put a little sticky note where I need to stop for the day, just so I know, and I'll go through and do that for every book. Look how cute he is, like peeking out there. He's so cute. Okay, but yeah, I will go through and do that with my books a lot sometimes too. So, all right, that's my reading schedule and TBR. And then these next pages are just page trackers pretty much. And these are new this month. I didn't used to do these when I actually did my bullet journal videos, but I've been seeing them on Instagram, and I just love tracking my reading and my page numbers and all of that stuff. So I just thought it would be fun to play around with these. This is basically a reading chart that I would fill in daily and like log what book I'm reading, what page I started on, what page I ended on, how many pages I read of that book. And then this last column would be how many pages I read total for the day. And obviously if I read another book on the 2nd, I would just list it below here, and the daily total would be different because it would be adding both of those books together, if that makes sense. And then over here, this is a calendar. This is similar to what I post on Instagram. If you don't already follow me on Instagram, you definitely should. But I will just write the number of pages of whatever book that I read, and down here in the key I will like denote what color equals what book. I'll do like each book a different color. It's just another visual way basically of seeing the same thing. I don't know if I'll keep all of these, but I thought they were fun. And then these are pretty standard for me. I do my wrap up page here. So I just list out the dates that I read the book from, the title of the book, and the rating of the book. Then on this page, this is a page tracker graph. So different from the other ones where I'm tracking the specific number of pages I read from the specific books. Here I add all of those together and I just see in general how many pages I read that day. It's just a fun like visual way of seeing how much I read throughout the week or throughout the month. If we keep going here, this is just my regular bullet journal stuff. This is a habit tracker, an August overall to-do list, and then I have some daily pages over here. So that is pretty much my reading journal and how I actually like schedule out my reading, and that is definitely another major part of how I plan my reading every month. Yeah, that is pretty much the plan. Let me know if you like this style of TBR video. I think it's kind of fun, and I love when I see other people doing similar videos. I love like getting into people's heads and like understanding why they pick what books that they're gonna read and that kind of stuff. Some people are probably just like mood readers, but I very much do like having a structured TBR, and there is a lot of reason why I read certain books each month. So I don't know, I like this idea, and I think I might keep doing it if I like how it turns out. We'll see how I feel about it once I edit it and uploaded it and all that good stuff. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you being here. All relevant links will be in the description down below, including like probably most of the books I talked about. If you want to buy any of these, definitely buy through my link. I get a really tiny commission. It helps out this channel. Also, if you liked this video, definitely give it a like and subscribe down below to see more from me. Like I said earlier, am posting one bookish video a week plus this monthly bonus TBR. So that's the plan, and I would love it if you would stick around. Also, if you want to keep up with me on the day-to-day, definitely follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.